You guys could have done. Yeah. Now you got a big win right away after the split on Raw when you beat Triple H. Where was that all supposed to go?
Where was the
program with Triple H, or what was that? What was the whole reasoning behind having a match with him and going over on it?
Basically to fast track me.
To enhance
that was to fast track me. I don't think. Well, I don't think, or I don't know, because again, I didn't ask questions. I just did what was asked of me. But I do know the term fast track was used when they were saying I was going to have the match with Hunter. I think at the time they wanted to, they wanted to create a black star, and at the time, like today, like there's tons of every color in the rainbow in WWE, but at the time there was not. I mean, there was me, Mark Henry, Ron Simmons. Truth was still working in TNA at the time. So me, Ron Simmons, Mark Henry.
There weren't a lot.
There weren't a lot, and I was a new guy, and they wanted to basically create they wanted to create a black superstar. That much I do know. But as far as where the program was going to go, like I never knew, because it went for a couple weeks, and then I got moved over to, I think, Rick. Like I actually thought my first pay-per-view match was going to be with Hunter, but it ended up being with Rick.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Purpose, it got you over.
Yeah. It 1000% did the job that it was meant to do.
Yeah, you do feud with Evolution. You defeat Ric Flair, who, by the way, you're watching as a kid, and Crockett, and all of a sudden, you really got to feel like this rocket ship's tied to your back for beating Ric Flair at a pay-per-view. Come on.
Okay. So wrestling Ric Flair the first time at that pay-per-view, that's when that little kid in me came out, because but it was weird, because it wasn't until I was in the ring waiting for him and his music hit, and the room went dark, and so you can't see my reaction, but I am literally like staring like, holy cow, that's Ric Flair, and he's coming to the ring. And like I remember, like it wasn't until he stepped in the ring I was like, oh, get back in the character, because he's coming to wrestle you. Like he was, he was. That was my mark out. That was one of my biggest mark out moments. I've only ever had two real mark out moments, and the second one was with Undertaker, years later. But that first time watching Rick come down, and I have a grand aunt. Her name was Ann Lauza, and she hated Ric Flair with a passion. And I mean, she hated Ric Flair since the 70s. So when she actually got to see when I finally got to show her that match of me having the match with Flair, like she was like, I mean, she's throwing stuff around. She's swearing to King. She's like, beat that old hoe. Because she always hated Ric Flair because he was a womanizer. She used to call him that old hoe, Ric Flair, that old hoe.
Oh, I love
it. So awesome. For me, just her reaction from that match was worth it. Like that was so much fun to see her. But yeah, wrestling Ric Flair like that's a dream come true. That was a dream come true.